Welcome to the lesson, Why You Should Learn Rhythm First. I will be your teacher today. My name is Abraham Myers. Okay, so first question most people have is, why are we starting with rhythm? And the reason is, rhythm and its notation are the very foundation upon which music exists. If you give a musician a bunch of notes with no rhythm, they cannot play the song to sound the way you are used to hearing it. They will play the notes in some sort of pattern that they will make up on their own, but you will never be able to tell that it's the original song. However, if you give them the rhythm without the notes, they can play any notes to the rhythm, and though it won't sound exactly right, you will most likely be able to tell it is your favorite song. Let's take the Ode to Joy by Beethoven as an example. If you don't have any rhythmic notation to give the musician, then you will be giving them these notes: E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D. Now, the musician will start to play these notes in different rhythms, and it will sound nothing like the Ode to Joy. Would anyone know what this is? Let's hear it again. Anything? Maybe a very seasoned musician could pick a few notes out, but the average person will have no idea. They certainly won't think it is the Ode to Joy. But now, let's do the opposite. Let's give the musician a rhythmic notation for the Ode to Joy, but this time with the same note over and over. We'll choose a C note. Now the musician can play this same note in the correct rhythm, and many will be able to hear the Ode to Joy pattern. Especially that part on the end where it goes ba ba ba. Listen to the original again. Now the rhythm only version. Notice the end sounds the same in both versions. Ba, ba, ba. This is a clear indicator to the brain that this is the Ode to Joy theme. So, it is pretty obvious that there is more information in the pattern or rhythm than in the notes themselves. And if I showed you more patterns, you would be more convinced, but why bother? The point was made, I think. The reason that rhythm is more important than the individual notes is due to the way our brains work. Our pitch perception is nowhere near as good as our pattern recognition. Therefore, we don't notice the pitch as much as the jumps between the pitches. And most of all, we notice the rhythmic pattern. This is also the reason why most songs can be put into different keys and it doesn't affect the song. For instance, we can take the Ode to Joy, keep the jumps and rhythmic notations, and even after changing every note in the piece, we will still hear it as the Ode to Joy. Let's hear the original ode one more time. Now let's hear it in a different key. And in this next version I'm going to play for you, the pitches are completely different, but the rhythms and jumps are the same. Did you hear the difference between the two? I doubt it. If you have perfect pitch, you might have noticed that the second one starts on a different pitch than the first. But there is no question that both versions are the Ode to Joy. So, as you can hear, rhythm is the foundation of music. Without it, you really don't even have a tune, just a bunch of notes.